I'm a competitive person, so naturally, I'm quite competitive when it comes to disc golf as well. One of my ambitious goals for this year is to finish at the top of the Queensland Disc Golf Tour standings for the top amateur division. The Queensland Disc Golf Tour includes 15 events throughout the year, and you earn points at each event which contribute to the overall tour standings. Most events are worth the same amount of points, with some events, like regional events and majors, being worth more. Your best 7 finishes from these 15 events count towards your overall points. I started the 2024 season with a tied second place at the Yeronga Memorial, which earned me 85 points. You can watch the full video here, but in short, the first round was pretty bad, and the second round was pretty good, despite battling a serious downpour at the end of the round. I then travelled to Toowoomba to play in one of my favourite tournaments of the year. But unfortunately, I didn't play overly well. I ended up finishing in 4th place, only earning 69 points, despite being within 1 stroke of the lead with 2 holes to play. That result was quite disappointing and frustrating, as it felt like my whole game was falling apart and I was at an all-time low in terms of confidence in my abilities. Then came the Pine Rivers Open, and over this 3-round tournament my game finally started to click, both physically and mentally, and I was able to grab my first win of the season, my first win in 1.5 years in fact, and my first ever MA1 win. Not only that, but I was able to win by 14 strokes, shooting an average 32 points above my player rating. Needless to say, I was pretty stoked. It's where I won this little guy. You can watch the detailed recap of all 3 rounds in these videos. I got the maximum 100 points available and jumped to the top of the tour standings after 3 events. Now, while this win was obviously a massive boost to my confidence, in my mind, and probably in the minds of others as well, there was still the thought of, well, it is his home course, so I'd expect him to play well here, especially given as it's the course he plays most often. The question remained as to whether I could continue this level of play consistently and win at a course that I wasn't as familiar with. Enter the Battle at Brigade tournament. This was going to be a great tournament for me to prove myself, and as I'm not planning on attending any of the regional events, it was another crucial opportunity to score some more valuable points towards the end of season tour standings. Some people are travelling to these regional events and picking up some good points by playing well. So my goal for this tournament, to play well, and ultimately to win and get those 100 points, because I'm competitive. With all these high hopes, my round started off like this. I missed the very first Mando, leading to a bogey to start the round. Not great. I got a par on this super tight tunnel shot. Then got a birdie on the scary island hole, before nailing the tunnel shot on hole 18, which was my 4th hole, to get another birdie. I got through the gap cleanly on hole 1 and picked up another birdie, and things were looking up. However, I then went on a long stretch of pars through holes 2 to 6.
Yeah, miss. Oh.
Despite having some chances for birdie.
Cut the way.
I threw a great drive through the double Mando on hole 7, but overcooked my approach shot, leaving me with this putt.
Nice, Josh.
That one felt good to make. A couple more pars on holes 8 and 9, which are definitely holes I'd hope to get. I got into some trouble on hole 10 though. That would lead to a bogey, and at this point I knew I wasn't playing terribly, but I also wasn't capitalizing on some holes that I should have, and I knew that my card mates were getting more birdies than me. Hole 12 was a tricky shot. But I laced the tight gap and picked up the birdie. My last hole for the round was a scoreable par 4, but I totally shanked the drive. Not OB, but super pinched off, and then I proceeded to throw my approach shot OB, leading to a bogey to finish the round. I finished the round at 2 under par, which was pretty decent, but I was 2 shots behind the leader. I knew I needed to come out hot and shoot better in the second round if I wanted to achieve my tournament goal and get maximum points towards the end of season standings. Round 2 started on the same hole as round 1, and I had only one goal: make the first Mando.
Made the Mando this time. Let's go.
Goal achieved, par secured, and this round was already off to a better start. I then threw this shot on the treacherous 105-meter tunnel shot.
I'm in trouble.
But I doinked the putt. That was definitely an opportunity gone begging. However, I kept up the good momentum on hole 17, 18, and 19.
Oh, lovely.
I should have had a birdie after my drive on hole 1, but did this on my approach shot. On hole 2, I laced the drive. Bringing my score to 4 under for the round. By this point, my clean play had allowed me to quickly make up the deficit on the leader and got me into the lead. Then, on hole 3, this happened.
That was a lot tighter this time. Oh, it touched it! I was calling it too. Did it touch it? You can see the trains dancing. Wouldn't that have been so cool?
Could you imagine? I almost got a tournament ace. Still yet to happen, but that would have just absolutely capped off the whole day. I managed to stay composed though and got myself into a good position on the long and very technical par 5 fourth. My second shot didn't land in the best spot, so I had to throw a standstill forehand in the mud.
Yeah.
Incredible.
From a standstill.
Super stoked with that shot, leaving me just outside circle 1 for the birdie.
Yes.
I was one of only 3 people to birdie that hole out of all divisions the entire day, so that was pretty cool. Somehow, I missed a pretty routine birdie putt on hole 5, and my scoring started to slow down. I did get to pedicute dog, though, after my OB drive on hole 6, so that made it a bit better. But bogeys are not what I need if I want to take this one down. I put myself in position to score on hole 7. Didn't happen. I did the same on hole 8. Did happen. Sitting at 6 under through 13 holes, I still had the lead and was feeling good about my chances of securing the important 100 points. But we've seen bigger leads be lost on the Disc Golf Pro Tour, so at this local C tier, I wasn't taking anything for granted and I could never get too comfortable. When I started taking par after par on holes I wanted to birdie, while one of my competitors picked up a couple of birdies, I started to get a little nervous. It wasn't the most impressive finish to the round, with some mistakes on simple shots. But the good start to the round helped me shoot a solid 6 under par, one of the best scores of any division on the day. And with that strong second round, I secured back-to-back wins on the Queensland Disc Golf Tour, and a whole bunch of tour standing points. It's also where I got this little guy. This one was massive for my confidence, and proved to myself at least that I could compete at a high level on courses other than my home course. The next event on the Queensland Disc Golf Tour is the Queensland Open, which is taking place in 3 weeks. The Queensland Open is an Australian disc golf major, attracting golfers from all around the country. It is also worth 1.5 times points in the tour standings, so it will be a good opportunity to get some big points and get me closer to my end of season goal. Being a major, there are a lot more competitors in my division compared to the previous 2 tournaments, so it should be quite competitive, which, as you know, is right up my alley. But now I want to hear from all of you. Comment down below your predictions for how you think it's going to unfold, and make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss what happens. As always, I hope you've had a wonderful day and have been able to make it great for somebody else too. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you in the next one.